All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warshippers of all ages, welcome here to Game 2 of ELSR and TSUKI in the International Playoff Bracket of King of the Sea 15. We're starting here on Sleeping Giant in the green ELSR with Ragnar and Marseille on the ban list. Zaf, what does ELSR bring into this game?
ELSR is bringing a Vermont along with a Montana. Pretty much your standard builds there. We've got a Moskva, Des Moines, and looks like that Harugumo heading over towards the A side. Going towards middle is Rin's Daring using Dazzle.
Yeah, baby.
Heading off to the seaside, yeah, baby, is Luger's Gearing, Stevens Brizzy, and Quincy's Kleber. Quincy has shifted to a Kleber this time, Raptor. Note he is not using the unique upgrade.
He is not, plowing ahead quickly. Opposing them from the south spawn in the red, we have TSUKI sticking with Haruka's St. Vincent here, headed over towards the A flank, backed up by Starry Party's Stalingrad, using outnumbered there. I find that's interesting. CVN's Harugumo and Shikishima's Des Moines. Their middle destroyer, that's Munan. We're going to have a little bit of dueling darings here at the B cap. Neither one of them with a tremendous amount of support nearby. Schlottschliff's Ohio headed over towards the C flank as Quincy Kleber steps onto that very cap. We've got a Yu Yang and Harugumo. That's Amelia and Sora in close quarters here. In fact, Quincy's actually lit now on the surface without even the radar needing to pick him up. That is a radar Yu Yang is Sora. Are they going to be able to hit Quincy? They are going to get some resets on Quincy here, as now it looks as if, yep, Amelia's going to smoke up and use Sora to spot to keep Quincy off this cap. Anyway, they're backed up by Aguero's Brisbane. Really nice coordination here to keep ELSR off that early C cap, Seth.
Oh, I like it a lot. You can see Quincy is not taking the bait, thinking I'll shoot back at the Harugumo. Here comes the Montana salvo on that Haru. Nothing doing there.
Nope, nothing doing there.
But you're right, it does allow for TSUKI to basically grab C right now if they wanted to.
Well, it allows them to defend C, right? Which I think is unique. Now that Quincy's backed off a bit, he's taking some long range shots at Amelia's Harugumo. I think it's interesting. Very, very frequently we have seen teams rush the one, usually the C cap on here on Sleeping Giant, but A cap on a map with one of these speedy destroyers, and we're seeing it here, but TSUKI coming up with a nice means of essentially defending against it.
I will say, I do like how Steven held his position behind the island in that Brizzy, knowing that torpedoes were coming his way. The question is he going to feel safe now and hit W? If he does, well, you can see there's plenty more torpedoes coming for that smoke.
Well, he's still got his hydro up. Looks like he might be inching forward a hair.
The thing is, there's nothing at sea right now. Nothing's on the cap. So there's really no reason for him to move up. There's nothing that he's going to end up radaring, right? So he might as well just kind of sit there and wait. Meanwhile, ELSR does pick up the B cap with Rin's Daring.
Yeah, I made a comment earlier that turned out to not be true, Zath. We talked about the Darings being unsupported in B, but I missed Apex's Moskva turning back towards B, taking up this strong position here along the island on the northwestern edge. And so his radar hasn't even been utilized. Misakura able to pick up B, and with Apex's radar in that position, should be able to zone out the Daring there. Now Quincy took a torpedo. Way over here on the 9 line, Quincy's Kleber takes a torpedo in the smoke.
That hurts.
Yeah, it does. He already pushed off the C cap. Quincy definitely in a bit of trouble now, especially as visible as a non-unique upgrade Kleber tends to be.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, so a Kleber that's not a unique upgrade, that's meant as a destroyer assassin, but they're using him more as a destroyer scout, or at least he's playing more like a scout, and that just doesn't work. Meanwhile, over on the A line, we've got a radar push catching out the smoke snail from ELSR.
Yeah, really nice maneuvering and push here by TSUKI, running the Harugumo up onto the edge of the cap, bringing the Des Moines with him, backed up by the St. Vincent. The Stalingrad taking that kind of quote-unquote inside position here on the southeastern edge of the cap. They should have lock solid control of A for quite some time. I can't imagine that ELSR has the forces there to break back into that cap. So A and B sort of settling in. Seems like most of the early action going to be at C.
Yeah.
Radar going up now, looking for Sora's Yu Yang as a bit of cross torp coming in here.
I love these torps.
He's gonna eat one. Yeah, he's gonna get caught by one right on the stern. Oh,
and then here comes some more shells from Quincy.
Big hits from Quincy, getting some revenge there.
That's why that's how you use a Kleber.
Yeah,
there
absolutely. You go. Sora taking a torpedo, then getting a whole bunch of his HP shaved off right away by Quincy. Catching a stern fire there. He's dark, but that stern fire is going to burn full duration, I think.
Oh, it's going to keep ticking for at least another 16 seconds. And here's the thing. He's turning back north, Raptor. He's turning back into the sea cap.
Well, they know now that the Brisbane radar is offline, and there's no other radar on that flank. Now, they may not... I mean, they know where the Moskva is. They know where the Brisbane is because he was spotted. Yeah, they know now that there's nothing else out there to pick him up other than spotting him on the surface the old-fashioned way with your face.
Well, look at Rin moving in the daring. This is a very good decision there.
Yeah,
He's basically knowing.
I like this.
C is that win condition for ELSR. Also, look over at A. I'm looking at the mini map.
Whoa.
Stalingrad and the Thunderdome, Raptor.
Yeah, I wonder what star he's up to here. I think maybe he's trying to bring they brought the radar coverage in. They know the daring is not here now. Quincy's actually about to cross into this radar line. They'll have an idea of where he's at. Possibly. Quincy's going to ground himself in this turn.
All the torpedoes coming in on that Death Snail over at C-Cap.
Yep. Steven's Hydro is up.
He
should be able to dodge these pretty handily. Yep. No concerns. Hydro's got another minute and change to run. Yeah, I like bringing the daring over here. I think that's going to be a big swap, a big change for them. They've rotated Quincy back to sort of play defense at B.
Yep.
You have to
Amelia's Argo mode detected by Rin now. There's the radar.
You have to wonder, Zath, if maybe... Oh, big hits from the Montana there, Zath.
Oh, yeah, he was waiting. They were all waiting for TSUKI to come back in. Look at even Quincy's Kleber getting in on this action again.
Luger taking a big hit in return from Warships, Ohio. The battleships chiming in on these destroyer hits, Zath, have been really noticeable.
Oh, absolutely. But also noticeable, once again, TSUKI having two very low health ships.
Yeah, very
ELSR
low.
Unable to get the kill. Now,
Very
Amelia's
low.
got two fires burning for another 10 seconds at the most. They burned out.
Yep. So both TSUKI destroyers at sea essentially so beat up that they cannot risk getting caught by a radar. It's about a 60-point lead here or so for ELSR. 8 minutes gone. If they can pick up a kill, this could be really impactful.
Well, and then Munan now going back into the B cap.
Yep.
Radar up from Captain Caesar's Moskva.
Yep, that draws the radar out from Apex. They know where to look now. Apex radar just detecting Mulan. They're getting a little chip damage in. Most of the Moskva shots going downrange on Warships, Ohio instead. But now with the destroyer pain at sea, ELSR is going to be able to pick this cap up.
Absolutely. Big hit there on Warships, Ohio from 8952's Vermont. That was neat to see. He's going to be forced to back up. Caesar, I want to mention, I like that he did not pull forward to try to get that shot on Munan because that exposes so much more of his ship. Very smart to just hold position. Very good discipline there.
Bocchi's Montana continuing to dunk destroyer Zath. He just took about another 6K off of Munan's daring there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, torpedoes coming in on the snail. They're okay. It's all just torpedo hell over at C-Cap, Raptor.
ELSR doing a really good job of trading health this game, Zath, it feels to me. They're getting pushed.
Oh, absolutely.
They're getting pushed hard up the 1-2 line, but everywhere else right now, it feels like they're, just like last game, they're right on the precipice of making a really impactful kill.
Mm-hmm.
They're fishing for Munan in the smoke, trying to get the resets. Apex's Hydro is down, and now the conga line torps are coming in. They do get the reset right there.
Though.
Is Apex going to eat these, Zath?
I mean, you have to know these
Another
torpedoes
reset.
are coming.
Another blind.
You have
another.
to know these torpedoes
Oh, you
are
have to
coming.
know.
He's backing up.
Yep, he's reversing another blind salvo. Let's see if he catches it here. He does.
He does.
The blind resets from Apex right now are just a thing of beauty. As now,
Well,
Quincy gets in on the action.
Quincy can hit.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's that French radar. You just get a couple hits, and then boom, you just keep shooting at the explosions. You can battleship shells.
Just keep throwing enough shells, and eventually something will stick. They get more resets now.
Well, all right. So Munan knows he can't get out. He can't stay in the cap because the radar is going to come back up anyway soon enough. He's got 18 seconds till the next radar. And when that happens, Munan's going to just be caught out.
Oh, speaking of caught out, Buster's Harugumo over here on the one line.
Oh,
somebody's
I see that now.
They need, if they are going to lose Busters, and they need to make a trade here. They need to get CVN 18. They haven't gotten him yet.
He hit the brakes. Shells flew right by.
Hu Tao's radar's got 8 more seconds or so. Oh! There it is. There it is.
Great kill there. Good
so
trade.
that's a great trade for ELSR in the sense of at least they didn't lose the ship for free.
I also look at this Rin rotating again, Raptor.
Yeah, I love it.
In that daring. Going back to the middle of the map.
TSUKI's eventually going to have to make a risky play at sea, Zath, with one of these destroyers. In fact, you notice now Aguero's Brisbane is leading this charge up the 10 line, not the Harugumo. There goes the radar. Mm-hmm. So they know exactly where to look for both Luger and for Steven. Steven's radar is available. Both of those ships are in it. You have to wonder if they'll pop it just for info to see what happens.
Well, right now they seem focused on trying to push the Brizzy back.
They're trying to get Luger. They're trying to pick up this kill on Luger because here come the Ohio shells.
Oh yeah.
They're not going to get it.
Luger's dark.
Yep, they're not going to get it. Look at the daring. Okay, they brought the daring torpedoes in for the St. Vincent, Zath, but you know who they're going to hit instead?
Munan.
Oh, Munan's going to just barely jet out of the way.
Brown alert.
7.5 minutes to play. ELSR on about 150-ish point lead. It feels like TSUKI's starting to get a little desperation time here. Haruka St. Vincent driving into B.
Yeah, that's an absolute desperation play. As you can see, ELSR turning around all the way out on the other flank, and now they're starting to push back towards A, down the 2 line.
The Vermont on this flank has 2 things going for it. One, look at this broadside salvo he got on Haruka, shaving off about 15,000 HP. But now he's also able to bully the Shikishima's Des Moines. What?
Captain Caesar's Mosswood just took the St. Vincent funny torp in the bow.
Oh,
feels bad.
Feels bad, Zath. Feels bad.
You will have a health and heal coming up soon.
Even the Montana AP into the bow of the St. Vincent is hurting. They punch out Apex. That's a big kill for TSUKI. They needed that badly as Haruka now stepping onto the B cap.
Yeah, and Rin now opening up with shells just to keep fires going.
Yep.
This also feels a little desperate, but okay.
St. Vincent heal is 45 seconds away. They watched him just use it. They're going to punch him out, Zath. They're going to pick up this kill.
Oh, yeah.
Vermont salvo going in on Schlottschiff's Ohio. Getting a little bit of damage. There we go. There goes Haruka St. Vincent off the board.
The enemy is about to win.
TSUKI just kind of pushing W here at B, hoping to make something happen.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Where else can you get into this? They've tried so much at sea. They failed each time they've tried. Even that crazy charge we just saw up the 9 line.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to happen at sea
now
for these guys.
detected by Sora Zhu Yang.
Yeah, I don't think... Can they get shells on it? The Harugumo shells, yeah, well, maybe. Quincy's trying to get some hard cover. Looks like he's managed it.
Yeah, I think the big thing with that radar is just to make him feel less comfortable with the shots in the middle.
Quincy's been in this...
Stalingrad Starry Party hits.
Yeah, Quincy's been in this channel lurking for a while, and I think they've finally had enough of him. Between the Harugumo, the Ohio, Munan's Daring, and the Stalingrad shells, I think they want to just be rid of him.
Speaking of being rid of somebody, Shikishima Mother goes down, so that leaves the door wide open for Hu Tao to just walk into A and casually come right up on Starry Party's stern.
Yep, they're going to pick up A here as the daring torpedoes land on Schlotzschiff's Ohio in center. Quincy goes out. He gets his last torpedo salvo into the water, but I think it's going to end up being for nothing. Sora's Yu Yang detected on 1,000 HP. Bocce's Montana getting a salvo off, as now Aguero's Brisbane into the sea cap, Zath.
Yeah, Slackstiff trying to heal up now in that Ohio, doing so. More shells from the Ohio coming in on the Des Moines bow. Starry Party forced to go north. Oh, Hu Tao goes down.
Hu Tao eating it. Wow. The Ohio punches him out. 89-52's Vermont's now going to have to pick up the cap. 50-point game, 4 minutes to play. TSUKI just pushing W, Zath.
Absolutely. There goes Aguero's Brizzy.
That locks up the sea cap. I won't say for good, but I just don't know how you push back in there with 2 destroyers on 1,000 HP.
You don't.
Exactly. I
You
mean,
really don't.
not with the Brisbane still lurking nearby.
Yep, Steven Shell's coming in on Sora's Yu Yang. They're just barely missing. Wow.
Starry
Dakota's
Party's
Montana. Look at all the torpedo hate coming for him.
Starry Party's Stalingrad continuing north. 89-52's Vermont sitting in A, waiting for this cap to finish. He's got his plane up, looking for a shot at Starry. There it goes. All three surviving TSUKI destroyers now, Zath, headed to sea. Oh, they punch
There's
out the
kill.
Stalin.
What a kill.
Brilliant salvo
Great
there,
shot.
punching out the Stalin.
The enemy is about to win.
Well, destroyer party at sea, everyone.
Radar coming up. TSUKI's last gasp at sea. There goes Sora. A few more shells, and they'll punch out Amelia. Here those shells
they know
come.
they're done.
Yeah, they know this is over. It's a bit of a desperation, but they've got to try something.
You know what that means,
And there it
Raptor.
is. It means game 3, Zath.
Game 3,
Means
baby.
game 3, Zath. I gotta say, did you feel like there was any point at that game that ELSR was scrambling or not? Just like, we know exactly what to do next.
Only the end part where all the chaos happened, and that's a testament to TSUKI, right? Recognizing, hey, we're gonna lose if we don't do something, so we need to make something happen.
Yeah.
And they did. They all pushed W. Double battleship push into B. Stalingrad threatens, says, okay, fine, I'll just go forward. What are you gonna do about it, right? The funny torp on the Moskva bow, like the TSUKI did a great job of trying to pull this game back from defeat. They couldn't make it happen. ELSR was prepared for that push. They looked a lot stronger this game. I don't
really
know.
did.
I think the big thing was Rin not being afraid to relocate with that daring and play, both caps, B and C, kind of like a little ping pong action.
Yeah.
And same thing with Quincy, by the way. So I mean, great gameplay by them.
The daring rotation was huge, and I think for me, the hero of the game is still Apex's Moskva. Yeah, he went down, but what an impact he had on this game. They spent so much time and energy to finally root him out of there. But by the time they did, ESR had a nice little solid lead. Well, let's throw it back to the studio and see what Bogsy and Gaishu have to say about this one.